And then when I finished school, I landed a job at Domino's so I could surf and work. And then a few guys there were into cars and had some cars and told me about some cruises they go on Tuesday nights, and went along one night and there was some cool cars. I came crunch time to buy my own car, and I wanted to buy a ute so I could throw my surfboard in it, but when I ended up buying a Skyline, that was kind of cool. I ended up losing my license 3 times in that thing because it was fast and I couldn't even legally drive it. And I got told about these guys that were sliding up through the hills and beaches and stuff, so I followed them up and I just fell in love in that one point where they were sliding cars, and I was just like, what is this madness? On the street, it didn't make sense. It was so dangerous and reckless, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then as it came to it, I got more into it, started talking to these guys. They told me I needed a different car, or needed to at least make it manual, so I went and I swapped it for a non-turbo 180 that was manual, and I learnt manual in that car, and the cops loved me, and it was slammed. It was just sick. A few guys were like, oh, we go out to the track as well, and we practice on the track, and I was like, that sounds rad. Like, somewhere where the police aren't going to get me in trouble, and I can crash and just be in the dirt and not in a gutter, and it was a lot safer. And so before I knew it, I thought I was going out to watch them, and then I realized I was driving and ended up having the best time ever, and then it just went from there. At this point, I was still doing pizza deliveries in these drift cars, and then I started meeting a few guys that were like down at the skate park when I used to go skating. Ended up working out, they ended up buying cars, and we all became real good friends, and we started driving together. And I was talking to my mate Bo, and he kind of came up with the name Hit and Run. We just went from there. We started the club, and we were just a group of mates hanging out. We just had these cars, and we drive together, and more people came, and more mates. And cars were getting more and more crazier, and more money was being spent. And it was good and bad in a way, but I don't regret anything. It was all fun. And then we ended up making a Facebook page, and that just blew out of the water. I think we got something like 30,000 likes on Facebook, and we're technically one of the biggest drift clubs in Australia. And then yeah, we started doing trips to Victoria, and some of the guys went to Queensland. I've been to Japan twice now, and we're going back again in November. Just being at somewhere where the drifting started, and we found a track down in Goulburn called Wakefield Park, and they were always very accommodating towards drifters, and I'll give this a crack. And I started running Hit and Run days, and they just took off. So we've been running those days for a while now, and yeah, completely legal. We have all sorts of events. We're all mates, so we hang out every weekend. And me and Scotty play paintball. We all have a good time. And we've got Scott Mitchell, who's our makes videos for us, and he does a good job helping us, putting our publicity up a bit more. And goals-wise, in 5 years, I hope that it's just exactly the same as it is now, and everyone's still having a good time, and everyone's having fun, and that's all it was ever about.